everybody, and welcome to the August 7th, 2015 Hex Update, presented by Hex Informer, aka Makiz. Thanks for joining me today. There's a lot to cover today, and I don't know that we're going to go into too many details, but this will give you kind of the brief overview, the TLDR version of what's been going on in the Hex community at GenCon and after. Also, what is coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, first things first, let's talk about GenCon 2015 highlights. We did get the opportunity to see the campaign demo, aka PvE. It is a choose-your-own-adventure style. There's some neat dialogue and new board states, so you're not going to see your standard board state that you would see during like the Frost Ring or when you're doing PvP. It's going to change. The environment's going to change. Also, kind of depending on where you're playing, you might start with different resources. So if you're playing in the forest, each player might start with a seed pod. One of the cool things that they spoiled or showed us, there's a tooltip that says be careful when playing with fire, or only you can prevent forest fires as one of those tooltips when you're in that battle. And so, of course, if you ended up playing the playing with fire card, then it would basically just spawn an Inferno card because you were playing with fire in the forest. And I've been told that there are going to be a lot more of those interactions built into the PvE environment or into the campaign environment. So that was a nice sneak peek, and just the 5 or 10 minutes that I played, I was super enthralled with just kind of what it was about and kind of the storyline that they were taking us onto. So it was pretty exciting to see that, and just the potential ability to switch out your mercs and who you were able to bring in your party and how many you could have in your party after you level up your champion and those types of things. So pretty exciting stuff there. Also, GenCon, other highlights. I mean, there's a lot to talk about at GenCon, but one of the cool things that the Hex team put together was the unique and fun drafts. So they were allowing equipment in the drafts, and then also your third pack was a primal pack. It was pretty crazy, and it was a lot of fun to play with, and it really did change the dynamic of drafting. I mean, if you've got a pack full of legendaries and rares that are being passed around, at that point, uncommons are more uncommon than maybe some of the rares, just depending on what you were seeing. And also you wouldn't necessarily have to pick up those rares if you felt like those were your bombs, because you were going to get possibly a ton of bombs during Pack 3. So it really did kind of switch some things up, and it made it fresh and fun and engaging. There was some sweet IRL loot, some actual loot that we could take with us, such as the posters that they sell every year, limited quantity posters. They had t-shirts. They had play mats that you would play normal TCGs on, but they had those available for Hex players as well. It was pretty cool to be able to check out the things that you were able to buy, and I was able to pick up some of those myself. Pretty cool stuff there. Also, one of the highlights of the weekend, in my opinion, was overall just the Hex community, and then also Cyrus being honored with the Exalted title. Head over to his stream, twitch.tv/Cyrus, or check him out on Twitter, at Cyrus Stream. And he's got some highlights. He's done some videos. He's put together a YouTube video as well. If you head over to his Twitch stream, you can check out his YouTube link and see some of the videos and pictures that he took at GenCon. So check that out. It's definitely worth looking at. The community was awesome to engage with and see some familiar faces. So I would say personally, that's my favorite part of GenCon, is being able to catch up with the community. A lot going on with Hex and the Hex community at GenCon, and just at GenCon in general. So head to the forums. There's a lot of people talking about that. Speaking of GenCon, one of the big things was, the loot. And if you were not able to attend, then there were the Convocation Packs. And if you haven't heard yet, they did give you an update. They gave us all an update about the Convocation digital packs. So they originally said that they identified a chance at extra bonus loot roll in the arena was bugged, and this was an opportunity to receive Convocation Packs from either 13-14 or 14-15. I'm sorry, for either 13-14 or for 2015 GenCon. And essentially they said, well, why don't we just do another Convocation event? Then they rescinded that original announcement, stating that they didn't think it would be fair. There's more details on the forums if you head to the link here. Also, any of these links that I provide are going to be in the YouTube video notes as well, just for ease of browsing. But essentially, what they're going to do now is they've decided that players that were active during the actual Convocation event will be granted packs based on the number of Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4 bosses that they defeated during the Frost Ring, and then they would do a calculation and award packs respectively, just to keep it fair for those who did participate and still award them with what they may have received in the first place. So more information is on the forums there by Shack Attack and Chark, so check it out at that link there. All right, so what's been going on the forums? Some upcoming events, some forum chatter. There's some pretty cool things I'd like to highlight here. First and foremost, of the giveaways at GenCon, one of the possibilities in the Convocation Pack was a Stormcoat. And it was pretty rare to find. I only found one myself, and I ended up ripping maybe 50 or 60 packs. It's a pretty rare find, and Hex Colin is sponsoring a Stormcoat giveaway on the forums. It does end soon. The announcement is going to be made, I believe, this Monday, August 10th, live on stream. So what you need to do as soon as possible, go donate blood, IRL. Go outside these four walls, head out, donate some blood, and then show Colin that you have done so. The grand prize is a Stormcoat, and then anybody who participates with a verified blood donation will receive 5 Armies of Myth packs. And I think that's a pretty awesome giveaway. It's good for the community as a whole. It's good for the world, if you will. Being a blood donor is a pretty cool opportunity. And if you can't, for some reason, donate blood and you have a valid reason that you can't, you'll still be entered as well. Just make sure that you provide that to Colin. Check out the forum for those details at this particular link. And then again, the winner will be announced live on stream August 10th. Next is the Rock League Season 5. That begins Monday, August 10th, and it will run for 4 weeks. Many prizes to be won, including the rare and elusive GenCon 2013 Jadim sleeves. If you're not familiar with the Rock League, basically it's a constructed format that follows the normal construction rules, aka 60 card deck, maximum of 4 of each card. But the kicker here is that only common cards and a maximum of 4 uncommon cards are allowed. There's some more details on the forums, so go check out that forum link if you're interested. But like I said, there's a lot of door prizes to be won, including prizes just for participating and or if you place in the top ranks of the Hex Rock League. Also on the forums, Phoenix Fire is mentioning to beware of scammers. If you've been in trade chat lately or even in general chat, there have been some people online. Casbark says there have been some people online the last few days offering obviously false deals, such as Kickstarter codes for Platinum and the like. And if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Head over to the forum at this link to check that out. Essentially, just beware if you're buying something for Platinum and it's a digital code. That's possibly something that might be shady, unless you're really genuinely able to trust that particular person, or you're able to work out a middleman or something like that. I would be very wary of that, and since there have been a lot of scammers going around, just be careful. August 8th through 9th, so tomorrow begins the 5 Shards Season 2 Diamond Cup, sponsored by The Collective. The confirmation of decks begins tomorrow, August 8th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. You must pre-register and provide a deck list. The tournament starts at 9 a.m. Pacific, and top prizes include 48 packs of Armies of Myth. Set 3 Primal packs will be given away as door prizes, and if you head over to the forums, there's more details there, but if you're interested in that, if you've been around the community for a while, you know this is coming up. You've probably been preparing for this. If nothing else, there might be some streamers on tomorrow that you can check out, so definitely go check this out and enter if you've got the opportunity to win that stuff. So good stuff there. Also, Tribe Club. First rule of Tribe Club is you don't talk about Tribe Club. Actually, this is something I think is pretty cool and that we should spread the word about. August 17th through September the 25th is going to be Season 1. This is sponsored by Clan Blackblade and the Cornerstone Guild. It is a community league focused on troop-based combat and thematic deck building. In other words, if you've been one of those people that's been like, man, I'd really like to test out this rogue deck, or this all-insect deck, or this all-venom deck, this is a good opportunity for you to play one of those thematic decks in a kind of a more competitive space. So the rules are that a third of your deck must be thematic and troops that share a trait. So 60 cards, if you're playing with a 60-card deck, 20 of those cards must adhere to that theme. The remaining cards of your deck are anything goes, so any other troops, regardless of traits or spells that you may want to add. There are some prizes involved, and there's actually a small entry fee, but the entire entry fee goes back into the pool to be won by the top 3 places. And then there are also some troop-themed prize packs, miscellaneous door prizes, 6 different alternate arts, the 2015 GenCon Cloud King sleeves, 13-14 Convocation Pack, and more. Head over to the forums at this link to check that out and register for the Tribe Club. Alright, so that's basically what's been happening on the forums. I'm sure there's a lot more that's been happening as well, but in order to keep this short, I thought I'd just provide you guys some updates. If you have any comments, questions, criticisms, or things that you feel like I've missed, go ahead, head to YouTube and leave those comments for me. And also, if you get the opportunity, check me out on twitch.tv/Hex Informer. And for the most up-to-date information, this is where you'll find a lot of retweets and a lot of good up-to-date information. Even if you're not on Twitter, I highly recommend checking out Twitter. If you go to @HexInformer on Twitter, you'll find my handle there. Also, if you go to www.hexinformer.com, there on the main page, I actually have my live Twitter feed. So even if you don't have a Twitter, you can just head over to the main page. I don't do a whole lot with the website currently, maybe in the future, but right now the best way to see up-to-date and live information is by going to the main page of hexinformer.com or just following me on Twitter, and I retweet a lot of what's going on. So if you want that live up-to-the-minute updates, then that's a good place to go. Other than that, hey, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully this was short, sweet, and to the point, and hopefully I'll see you around either in the forums, on stream, or somewhere in the community. Take care, and I'll see you guys for the next Hex update.